Today is Friday. Professional day traders talk about something called knowing yourself. Know thyself. And the reason why the professional day traders want you to know yourself is essentially because it is imperative that you know yourself. Because day trading is all about self-control. Now, when God created mankind, He created it based on constraints. And that's all mankind can be within Him, within Christ. Now, in day trading, God gave us something called greed and fear, and those two primary objectives, which is derived from ignorance of the self, causes the accounts to be imploded. I remember when I first started on my journey on day trading, I saw this Chat with Traders interview with this guy. Apparently he made this statement. It's about like an hour interview, and apparently he just imploded one day, and he was laying in bed, and his father came by and asked him what's going on. He says, well, he didn't have a good day that day. Apparently he lost a lot of money. What he did not have enforced is a thing called risk management. And once that risk management is instilled, it separates the self from the market, meaning the fear and greed is essentially severed from day trading. Risk management creates a line between fear and greed, because greed is the mother of all impactful thing that occurs in day trading. Because if I have $10 million in my account, I'm thinking to myself in my head, okay, the market moves, okay? The market seriously moves. So why don't I just put $10 million in a single trade and see what happens? That's called greed. And risk management provides a way to sever that from the market. And that one particular of the self, knowing the self, creates a safety net that allows a logical and methodical way of trading stocks. And once that logical and methodical thinking and implementation and practice is observed, then the act of making a little, and losing big has been completely severed from the vocabulary, allowing an accumulation and keeping the gains that I have. So that in Idaho, there's a national park called Sawtooth National Park. It looks like a sawtooth, the mountains anyway. And the reason why it's called the Sawtooth National Park is because on one side it goes up and then drops on the other side. And that's usually what happens without risk management for individuals who are day trading. Therefore, one of the I have to know myself. Know thyself. Otherwise, I'll have a tendency, like today. Today, the market, the Dow Jones went up like 600 points. Okay? It went up 600 points. And then, what I noticed I do is this. I don't know if this is true or not, but that's what I'm thinking, knowing myself. I'm thinking to myself, okay, what usually happens is that there is a similar characteristics of an individual who makes a lot of money in one day. And what that will do is cause some sort of chemical reaction. I think it's called dopamine or something. And that just filters into the body. And that causes a pleasant and rewarding feeling, which lasts. And the body and the subconscious wants to repeat that. And so today, maybe a 500, 600 point up, but Monday, it could be a 600 point down. And so most likely, I will carry over that mental, chemical induced psychological, subconscious, and feelings and carry it over to the next day, whereupon whatever I made will be totally disintegrated. That is knowing myself. And so knowing myself allows me to practice something called discipline.